Remember when media, PlayStation fanboys, all over social media, people kept on saying this?
You know, PlayStation is traditionally known as the place for the exclusives, and Xbox is known for having no games. Not my words, that's the internet's words. Xbox has no games.
Yes, Xbox has no games. Xbox has no games. And I will admit, at the time, 2017, 2018, 2019, they didn't have first-party games besides Halo, Gears, and Forza. That's why guys like me, and I am admitting that I will constantly say, wait to E3, because we thought Xbox was going to show us some new content at upcoming E3s. And if that really didn't happen until maybe 2020, and they've been fine ever since. But during that 3-year spell, Xbox didn't have many games. Now, why is it when PlayStation doesn't have games, we see articles like this? PlayStation owners have laminated Sony's decision not to release any major first-party games until 2025, but this could actually be a good thing.
Man, what the fuck is you talking about? What the fuck was that? I'm sorry.
You gotta be shitting me. This can actually be a good thing. This isn't the first time the media kind of took up for Sony not having any games. This isn't the first time they damage control PlayStation not having any first-party games. All the way back in 2015. PlayStation doesn't have any first-party games for the rest of the year, but that's genius. Genius! What the hell is going on? This is crazy to me, right? They literally damage controlling PlayStation not having any first-party games. Now look, even back in 2022, Phil Spencer himself admitted it's unacceptable for Xbox not to have a first-party title all year. Phil Spencer said this. But when PlayStation doesn't have any first-party games for a whole year, any major first-party games, this is the result. Everybody is taking up for them. Man, this is unbelievable. So this punk-ass article says taking a full year off could allow Sony's first-party studios to leverage the console's hardware to make games that are not just impressive, but definitive of this console generation. Sony is developing a number of new technologies which could also help fulfill the promise of a generational leap in 2025, as studios could integrate this new tech for the purpose of making inventive, boundary-pushing software.
I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
Do you guys see this shit? They're saying 3 years into the generation, taking a year off of developing games or taking a year off of releasing games will give the developers more time to understand the PlayStation 5 hardware. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I never would see some shit like this about Xbox. Can you imagine somebody saying, yeah, Xbox taking a year off of releasing games will help them understand the Xbox Series X and S hardware? Do you know, I don't like to be the media bias guy. I didn't really like to do the Xbox tax guy. You know, I didn't like to do a lot of content about that. Even though it's 100% true, I didn't like to do a lot of content because it seems like we're whining. But get the hell out of here with this bullshit. Taking a full year off could allow Sony's first-party studio to leverage the console's hardware? Man, come on, bro. If Sony's 2025 first-party games serve as real turning points for the PS5s in terms of fidelity, performance, or some other major features, that could reinvigorate the faith that some console owners lost following Totoki's comments. Basically, it would make the company's lack of first-party games in this fiscal year seem reasonable and in the service of a greater end rather than disappointing. Oh my God. Moreover, it will help the latter stage pill go down easier, as it will prove that the PS5 has a meaningful generational advancements, which may argue it hasn't yet.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
Oh my God. Listen, y'all, they're saying this is a good idea because it can make the developers utilize the PlayStation 5 better. It's just the crazy. Do you see this damage control? I don't even know what to say at this point. I am up here reading this article. I don't know what to say. Have you guys ever seen some shit like this? Well, you know what? Maybe we have. Because I don't know why people hate Xbox so much. Maybe because it's Microsoft, the richest company in the world. But maybe we have seen something similar to this. Remember back in 2014, good old Shaggy, Ryan McCaffrey, said, so Rise of the Tomb Raider is an Xbox exclusive. And in my opinion, nobody wins in that scenario except Microsoft and petty fanboys. Remember Rise of the Tomb Raider, guys? Remember that game being a Xbox timed exclusive? We didn't know it was timed, but the media just constantly asks Crystal Dynamics, ask Square Enix, when is the damn game coming to PlayStation? When is it coming to PlayStation? And they finally just said, fine, it's coming next year. It's a year timed exclusive. But Ryan McCaffrey in 2020, he said, please, please spare me, all of your exclusives are bad for the industry takes. Xbox fans, I'm commenting on what I see. Final Fantasy 16 is a huge get for Sony. It's a business. If Xbox had trotted out anything remotely this big as an exclusive, you'll be celebrating it loudly. So in 2014, Rise of the Tomb Raider was an Xbox timed exclusive. You said that's bullshit. You said nobody wins. You said it's terrible for the gaming industry. But PlayStation making Final Fantasy 16 an exclusive, it's a huge W for Sony. It's a great thing for Sony. Do you see why I don't fuck with none of these people? Do you see the hypocrisy in these statements? Do you see what's going on? This shit is embarrassing. Y'all should be embarrassed by this. PlayStation has a shitty year when it comes to their first party exclusives, and they're damage controlling for them. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Wow, man. When Xbox had those slow years, you didn't see articles saying it's a good thing Xbox doesn't have any damn games this year. No, you saw shit like this. Xbox lack of compelling games won't be fixed next year. Microsoft still has a lot of catching up to do. These are the type of articles you saw. You saw articles criticizing Xbox, and that's fine. They need criticism. They deserve the criticism for not having a lot of first-party games besides Halo, Gears, and Forza during those years. They deserve the criticism. But why isn't PlayStation getting the same criticism? Because it's PlayStation? Because they're everybody's favorite? Because they've had big games in the past? Xbox has big games in the past. You saw articles like this. Xbox lack of exclusives has been a real problem for the Xbox Series X and S generation. Now, this was January of 2023. This article was written pretty much a year ago. Like I said, the criticism was fine. Xbox deserved the criticism. They didn't have any big first-party games at the launch of the Xbox Series X and S. I have no problem with the criticism. But why can't PlayStation be criticized also for not having any big major AAA first-party games? If you guys say, well, because PlayStation still has exclusives, they still have third-party games. Well, hell, Xbox has some third-party games too. Some third-party exclusives. Nobody gave them credit for it. High on Life. As does Falls. Hell, they still had small games like Pentiment. But what's going on, man? It's all about first party. For years, it was all about first party titles. When people said Xbox has no games, they were talking about big first party AAA games. I mean, Xbox had games like State of Decay 2. They had games like Sea of Thieves. I'm not saying they're great games, but they had some games, but they didn't give them any credit for those games. Now here we are. PlayStation has a shitty time and the media is making up excuses. The media sound like PlayStation fanboys to me. They sound exactly like PlayStation fanboys. You know how PlayStation fanboys always change the narrative when it fits? For years, third-party exclusives didn't really matter. Then all of a sudden, when PlayStation has third-party exclusives, that's a big thing. That's great. Isn't it funny? The media sound just like the damn PlayStation fanboys, man. But look, I'm about to get out of here. This is the stuff that needs to be talked about. This is absolutely unbelievable. It's a damn shame. Look, I'm about to get out of here. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you happen to stumble across my channel, you think I'm decent enough, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? And if you subscribe, please hit that notification bell to know when my black ass is doing some new content, baby. All right, everybody. Peace and love. Peace and love. Shit. Damn, man.